Your Excellency, Ambassador of the Republic of Armenia to the United States, Mr. Grigor Hovanessian, Honorary Consul Andy Andrushan, Armenian, Venerable clergy, honorable guests, friends, and fellow compatriots. In 1935, the great William Saroyan wrote, "I should like to see any power of the world destroy this race, this small tribe of unimportant people, whose wars have all been fought and lost, whose structures have crumbled, literature unread, music unheard, and prayers no more answered. Go ahead, destroy Armenia. See if you can do it. Send them into the desert without bread or water, burn their homes and churches. Then see if they will not laugh, sing, and pray again. For when two of them meet anywhere in the world, see if they will not create a new Armenia." Fast forward 2016, some 80 years later, William Saroyan's prophetic words still hold true. It is with great pride and honor that we are gathered here today to celebrate a quarter century of Armenia's independence and sovereignty. "25 years ago, it was a blazing dream that came true. I used to pray as a little girl for Armenia and yearn that it would one day be free and independent. And on September 21st, 1991, that vision became a reality for that little girl and for all Armenians around the world. From the moment we are born, wherever in the world we may live, our national pride and identity are imbued into our psyche, and we must thank our parents for endowing us with that legacy. Our ancient nation, centuries old, was reborn once again after many incarnations in its long history as a free and independent republic. So, with centuries of epic history and a heroic past, let us take stock of who we are. Who are we? Ovenkmenk. We are the son, yes! What does that mean? Well, we are the sons and daughters of Dikran the Great, Medin Dikran, descendants of the brave hero Vartan Mamigonian Kachvartan, and the magnificent kingdom of Cilicia. Ovenkmenk. We are a courageous nation that battled invasions of Byzantine, Persian, and Mongol invaders and were ultimately victorious in preserving our national identity against all the odds. So, Ovenkmenk. We are a brave people who fought in the epic battle of Avarayr to keep our Christian faith, and at Sardarabad to salvage our nation. Ovenkmenk. We are a nation that faced extinction and refused to be buried in 1915. So, Ovenkmenk Aysor, who are we today? We are a proud nation. We're a budding democracy finding its fledgling wings with the history, language, and culture of a great Armenian nation. Who else are we? We are successful people. We are the William Saroyans, the Kirk Kerkorians, the Jerry Tarkanians, the Charles Aznavours, Nubar Afayans, Garo Paylans, Harant Dinks, Jackie Spears. We are successful people, and we are a proud nation of proud, talented people connected by our common Armenian heritage. Our deep national pride reaches from Armenia to Artsakh and the diaspora and keeps us connected to our homeland. As Armenia casts away the vestiges of the last century, our new democracy faces natural challenges in nation building. These growing pains require an unyielding commitment to truth, justice, and integrity. We stand steadfast with our Armenian brothers and sisters who have courageously defended our revered homeland and Artsakh over the past quarter century. Long live the Republic of Armenia, and long live the Armenian people. And I'm here tonight with Danny Tarkanian on the 25th anniversary of the Armenian Republic. And we are here today also with the Armenian ambassador to the United States. And here I have Danny. I wanted to ask you, Danny, what are your thoughts on the 25th anniversary of the free and independent Armenia? Do you have any thoughts on that?
Of course. It's a great anniversary. It's great to see this happen. I went back to Armenia for the first time last year, and I'm running for Congress this year, and if I get elected, I'm taking my children back next year, and it'll be, I would assume, still the 25th anniversary of it, or the 25th year. My kids will be able to learn the long, rich history of the Armenian culture and where we stand now, we're finally independent.
Absolutely. It's a great moment for the Armenian community. And do you have any thoughts on how you would like to see our country progress and how the diaspora, you believe the diaspora, could help Armenia to develop into an even greater country at this time?
Well, yeah, what's sad for people like us that have lived here in the United States is that we would expect the United States would be more supportive and helpful to the Armenian community at this time. With all of the wonderful, successful Armenians that have made this country their home, we'd love to see us reach back to the Armenian people that are still living there and help that country to get going better economically and with more freedoms and liberties.
Absolutely. And I wanted to ask you, too, on a personal note, how is your race going for Congress? We're all here supporting you, and we're very excited. Wanted to get the latest update from you.
Well, I really appreciate all the support. You guys have all been wonderful. I think it's going real well, but they don't count the ballots yet. I keep saying, hey, will somebody tell me, where we're at? You don't know. From what we can see, we're doing well. The polls show that we're winning, but we still got 5 long weeks to go before election night.
Well, we're all rooting for you, Danny, and I think this time it's going to be a charm. We're going to do it for you.
That Armenian perseverance. There you go.
Absolutely. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And I'm here tonight with Ms. Gail Anderson, who is the founder and the head of the Nevada Consular Corps and representing Mayor Carolyn Goodman tonight. We're so privileged to have you, Gail. You're always supporting our events, and we appreciate your presence here tonight. Wanted to know, what are your thoughts on the 25th anniversary of the independence of the Armenian Republic?
Well, first of all, I'm honored to be here, and I think it's absolutely wonderful, and you have a wonderful turnout for this celebration, and we have the ambassador here, and that is unique for our consuls general to be able to have the presence of the ambassador from the country they represent. And of course, we're so very proud of Andy Armenian, who was appointed the honorary consul of Armenia. He has done so much during his short tenure as honorary consul, and I could go on and elaborate, but I won't. I just want to say how grateful, not only to the community for supporting him as well, but we're so grateful to the ambassador and to those in the country of Armenia who were responsible for his appointment, because he is remarkable. So I'm very honored to be part of this evening.
Thank you so much, Gail. You always support our events and everything's so well said. You have a very special relationship with our community and we appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Hi, I'm here tonight with Paulina from Chile representing the Consular Corps and the honorary consul in Las Vegas for the country of Chile. What are your thoughts on the 25th anniversary of the independence of Armenia?
We're fascinated. Obviously we love Andy. I think he's a fabulous man, great choice for a consul. He's done terrific things. And then to put this together, it takes a man like him to do it. But I've never been to Armenia, of course. But
We would love for you to visit one day.
Of course. Plan a trip and we'll be there. I love to see the food, the folklore, so I'm really looking forward to this.
Thank you so much. And you know, Chile has such a rich culture, and it's so wonderful that we can appreciate each other's cultures and great cultures appreciating each other. And thank you so much for your support at our events. You're always here, and we genuinely appreciate it.
We have quite a few Armenians in Chile, so I relate.
That's wonderful. Do you know the population by any chance?
No, I do not. I should find out now that we have a consul from Armenia. I should study my stats, huh?
That would be great. We would love that. But the feelings are mutual, and we're very excited that you're here tonight.
Excellent.
Thank
for
you.
having me.
Thank you so much.
I'm Jonathan Warren. I represent the Principality of Monaco.
Wonderful. And we're so thrilled to have you, and thank you for supporting us. Wanted to know, what are your thoughts on the 25th anniversary of the independence of the Armenian Republic?
Well, it's very exciting. There's some very prominent Armenians here that we longtime Las Vegans all know, and it's very exciting to be able to have such a big celebration here in Las Vegas and gather so much attention. There's some great icons of that history here in the room, and so I'm very excited to be here.
Thank you so much. We always appreciate your support.
I represent Lithuania.
Yes. And what is your name again?
My name is Astra Michaels, and we feel a great kinship with the Armenians.
Thank you very much. Give me your thoughts on the 25th anniversary and your thoughts on the kinship.
The kinship is because we just celebrated our 25th anniversary as well of freedom from the former Soviet Union. So we do a lot of trade with Armenia, and we maintain very close ties, and we love the Armenian people.
Thank you so much. That warmth is felt tonight with your presence, and we appreciate that. And it is a huge step. What are some of the growing pains that you feel, the accomplishments of your country, and some of the challenges coming forward for Lithuania that we may have in common?
Well, the points in common is Lithuania, like Armenia, is a small country, relatively. So in terms of trade, population, what we have done to survive over 25 years is turn to education, which the Armenians are also very big on. So Lithuania has turned into a high-tech country, and also joining the EU has benefited us tremendously. So we are on our way, and we really salute the Armenians as well for what they're doing.
Thank you so much. There is a lot of commonality with the intellectual capital, and we wish your country all the luck, as we do ours as well. Thank you so much.
Honorary Consul General of Uzbekistan.
Okay. Oh, okay. And we have the Honorary Consul of Uzbekistan here. And what is your name, sir?
Gary Furlong.
Such a pleasure to have you. And what are your thoughts on the 25th anniversary of the Armenian Republic's independence?
My first trip to Armenia was in 1988 to do earthquake relief work. I was chairman of a team, so I got a chance to see the culture firsthand. And to me, seeing the vitality of Armenia and the rich history, it's only appropriate that it be independent. And so my thoughts are very much in favor of the independence, of a chance for the Armenian culture to flourish on a much broader scale than I think it could in the Soviet system. And it's just an absolute honor to be here and to celebrate this with a country that I saw firsthand and have the deepest respect for.
Thank you so much that you actually visited the country. That's a deep honor for all of us, and that you took the time. And what are your thoughts as far as now that we've come very far as a democracy? I'm not sure if you have had the chance to study it, but what are some of the ways that we can face the challenges that we have currently going forward? Do you have any thoughts or any advice for our country, or anything from your end?
I'm reluctant to offer advice to other governments because I think the Armenian culture and the Armenian people are very smart. And And I'm aware that there are many challenges facing the country, but I think international engagement and attempts at understanding and putting behind as much as possible past issues. I know there's still an ongoing issue, for instance, with Nagorno-Karabakh, okay? And I think at some point, hopefully, that will resolve itself, and that Armenia will be able to take its rightful place at the center of that whole region of the world, as it once did. But as far as advice goes, I'm reluctant to offer it because I think the Armenian people are far more competent at charting their future than anyone else is ever going to be.
And now I'm here with the Armenian ambassador to the United States, His Excellency, Mr. Grigor Hovanessian. What an honor it is to have an Armenian ambassador to the United States for the first time in Las Vegas ever. So, Mr. Grigor Hovanessian, I had a few questions for you. I wanted to know, what are your thoughts on the 25th anniversary of the Armenian Republic, independence and sovereignty? Where are we as a country, and where do you think we need to go?
Wonderful. First of all, pleasure and honor is mine. Obviously, I've been here before in this community as in my capacity of Consul General, and back then this was part of my consular district. And now I'm back into the community, which has its own organized structures. It has grown in sheer numbers. It has more institutions. So I'm very, very happy to be here and see such a thriving and vibrant community. That's my first thought.
Thank you.
And obviously, I'm very happy, thankful to you guys for marking this milestone. For 6 centuries, Armenia was a stateless, territory. We Armenians had no statehood, and the best thing that happened to us in 6 centuries was independence of the small Republic of Armenia, our homeland, our proud country of ours that we have today. And obviously, every time I see that the Armenian flag, Armenian anthem sung, and people celebrating the birthday of our country, it makes me feel very proud and optimistic about our future, because statehood perhaps is is the biggest asset that we have. Obviously, there's some issues that we built a country that is self-confident and optimistic about the future, but we're nowhere near to where we want to be in terms of our economic development and democratic development. And that's where I see diaspora's role in helping Armenia make Armenia stronger, strengthening Armenia. That's generically where I see diaspora apply its resources. And strengthening has various implications. In the early days of Armenia's independence, that would be assistance, physical, humanitarian assistance. Later on, we appreciate more of a development type of work, technology transfer, knowledge transfer. Because diaspora Armenians, they live in a democratic environment, an environment that leads to progress, leads to advancement of thought, technology, commerce, etc. That's what we exactly need from our brothers and sisters.
Intellectual capital is what you're talking about.
If we were to prioritize, obviously, this would be my first priority. Obviously, and the second thing I would think is practical advice to our countrymen living outside Armenia is to help Armenia, and particularly Artsakh, because Armenia's destiny, future of Armenia is being decided on the front lines of Artsakh, is to help Artsakh to become self-reliant and to be able to cope with the recurrent emergencies, critical situations. Let's not fool ourselves. We may become strong, we may become, achieve certain progress in various fields, but we live in a neighborhood that is fraught with unpredictable, flare-ups, hostilities. I mean, we as diplomats will work towards reducing those risks, but objectively, we're not going to be changing our neighborhood and overall greater Middle East anytime soon. So we need to help our countrymen back home, and particularly those in Artsakh, to be able to respond effectively and build their coping mechanisms vis-a-vis all sorts of problems of that can be, as we know, be of varied nature. I mean, unfortunately, the 25th anniversary of Armenia coincided with a number of critical situations this year, both domestic, but most importantly, the regional security environment. And yes, we suffered considerable losses. Yes, we were unhappy about a number of things, how we managed this situation, but also, but fundamentally, we're very happy to see that our people, despite all the divisions, and we're able to get together to consolidate around the idea of national security, but the independence of Artsakh, and withstand formidable odds. So while we should, I'm confident that we'll continue enjoying this dedication and strong bonds of worldwide Armenian community. We also need to bring Armenian Artsakh and our global Armenian community to the next level. The next level would entail more synergies, more work, and a number of new ideas and priorities that I briefly mentioned.